Hey, good afternoon. We're ready to do some serious racing now. Welcome everybody to the start of the indieVelo Grand Tour. It's going to be a hard one. It starts in 4 minutes. Just got a fun text, special surprise for the end of the tour here. On Sunday, I'll let you know what text I just received. But, alright, so let's take a look at the course. indieVelo Grand Tour Stage 1 in 5 minutes, 4 minutes, and then indieVelo Stage 2 in 34 minutes. So 2 stages today. The first stage is an individual time trial. So the first race will be me versus everybody. No teams, no nothing. 4.4 kilometers with barely any climbing. No draft. Single pen, so I'm going to be racing against everybody. But it's an individual time trial, so I'm going to just try to stick within myself. Let's see if I can pull it up here in the next few minutes. I was looking at my power curve earlier today to see what kind of power I should target for this approximately 5 or 6 minute race. And looking at my power curve, I don't know if you guys can see this. Kind of hard to see. But around 7 minutes. Oh yeah, that's really hard to see. Around 7 minutes, I should be targeting all-time best of about 265 watts. I have a race coming after this, so I'm not sure I want to hit an all-time best. So I'm going to try to average maybe 250 and then dump the tank at the end. There should be 20 minutes or so to recover in between the races. So we'll see what happens. I have on my screen, you guys can't see it, but on my screen I have the chat. So if you guys throw in the chat, it's going to be about 20 seconds delayed. But I'll be able to see the chat, and between my heavy panting and delusion, maybe I'll be able to respond. So this race has a good amount of humans in it, not as much as some of the other races at the other time slots, but we got a couple dirt teammates here. Jeff is the team captain. Hello, Jeff. We got Lomax. So I think Lomax is going to be in the next race a pen below me, maybe in the same pen. We'll see. And then Jeff is on another planet. He'll be racing at the top level. And then we go down the list here. Toto, apologies. He's let's see, let's scroll down so you can see that. Toto, he's the one that put on this event, the indieVelo Grand Tour. So big shout out to him. Looks like we got a good number of people here. Alright. The pen just closed. Whoever's here is here. We'll see what happens. Here's goo. I also have some carbs in my water. I was trying to do some carb training earlier today. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't puke. I got 3 water bottles. See what we can do. 20 seconds. We got about a 6 minute effort. Here it says I'm predicted to come in 35th. So we'll see if I can beat 35th. Don't expect for very much. Like I said, this is some of my shorts. This is underwhelming bike content. So let's see what happens. 250 watts. Kind of what I'm targeting. There's no draft. gonna stick to it. And like I said, let's just see what happens. First time I've ever done an event like this, so we'll have to find out. Yeah, see. Already getting carried away. Like I have draft on these guys, but there's no draft. See in the top right hand corner, the draft meter fills up with green when there's draft, and you can see there's absolutely none of it. So great. Welcome to those who've just joined. We're gonna go hard anywhere. Just take advantage on the hills. Cool banner. Try to recover a little bit here. Pressure on though. Wow, we got some real hitters. Woo. Jeff coming in 26th. He's top class talent. Real hitters. It's gonna be a good grand tour. Alright. Just focus. Focus. Just turned on the fan. I forgot about my fan. That was foolish. Thank you, Toto. We're trying to have fun. Oh, braking turn. One of the benefits of indieVelo. 1 kilometer left. The steepest bit's right at the end. You guys let me know if the music's too loud or anything of the sort. That'd be great. All right. Yeah. "35th. However, guess it's the race again. Hi. Hey, thanks, Toto. Thanks for checking in. It's fantastic. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Every point counts. Come on. Come on, 32nd. Ooh. 33rd. Woo. Take it. 21 minutes. What the heck is this? I race 2 times a week. Not 5 days. Not 5 days a week with 2 in one day. Whew. Toto, you're gonna kill me. Okay. Nice to cool down. Alright, so for those of you who just joined, thank you for joining. We just finished stage 1 of 6 for the indieVelo Grand Tour. It was a good, about 7 minutes long, a quick 4.5K individual time trial. Whew. Toto's reminding me to breathe. Thank you. My max heart rate is somewhere between 192 and 198. I would guess. The highest I've ever seen was 196 on the chest strap. My watch has seen a little higher. Thanks, Holden. We took a couple of weeks off from strength training. I was having a lot of fatigue issues the last month or two. Resulted in cramping on the bike and lackluster performances all around. So, leading up into this, 2 weeks before, I decided to go cold turkey on the weightlifting to just save on some fatigue. We also, before this race, I took a shot at something special. We'll probably release that at some point in the future on what this magical potion of a shot is. The first time I've ever done it, so we'll see if it works. Alright, so you can see my race rankings there. Basically, didn't change at all. These are the rankings that indieVelo is going to use to put us into our groups of like ability riders. So for those that are sprint races, they're going to be weighted more towards the sprint ratings. Those on the hills, like stage 5 on Saturday, that's going to be more based on the hill climbing stat, but you can see I'm pretty evenly weighted, orally evenly weighted across the board. Do I take any BCAAs or electrolytes? I do take electrolytes. I reached out to LMNT to see if they would ever consider sponsoring a indoor cycling channel, and they said basically, yeah, right, we only sponsor the big names. But they said, thanks to your interest, we'll send you a pack of every sample, or every flavor. So I got a bunch of elements. I thoroughly enjoyed them. I feel like they help a lot. We got goo. In fact, I should keep taking it. We got the goo for a little bit of caffeine, a little bit of electrolytes, carbohydrates. Then the waters. Got 3 of these. A little bit of ice, so they're nice and cool. As well as some orange juice. To help with carbohydrates. And a few scoops, 30 grams of maltodextrin carbs. We're really trying to carb up. I've had a hard time with carbs under fueling before and feel a bunch of extra fatigue that I don't think is necessary, but trying to figure out how that's going to do with gut. Oh, excuse me. Gut health is pretty important to us, my wife and I, so definitely want to support gut health over virtual cycling performance, even for you adoring fans. Yeah, thank you, Holden. You should just reach out and, tell LMNT to sponsor us. I get my maltodextrin from bulksupplements.com. Got nothing in it but maltodextrin. No additives, no nothing. Sold in bulk packaging. Get it nice and cheap. Also, I get creatine, 5 milligrams a day. That helps with recovery, output power, and also fills your muscles with water to both make them look bigger, but also improves the contraction strength and oxygen that gets to them. #1 studied supplement on the planet for performance, and yeah, it's the safest supplement. Very few people have side effects, and it's basically proven performance improvement, and it's one of the cheapest supplements out there. Alright, so let me just give you a tour around the screen, I guess, for those that are new to indieVelo. So, I'm gonna stop pedaling here for a second. So up here we got the time, elapsed, the total kilometers ridden, total elevation climb, and then my total stress score. For those in cycling, they kind of know what that is. It's just basically a gauge of how much watts you've put down. Obviously, these are the finished results. Behind my face here, there's this power over time bar. Gray is easy endurance, blue is also endurance, so zone 1, zone 2 respectively. And then it goes up to purple, which is neuromuscular. You can only do that for a few seconds kind of power. And it works your way up: gray, blue, green, yellow, red, purple. And then here we have the distance and the parkour, the elevation profile, side profile. And then below that we have just some stream stuff, total subscribers, the last person to subscribe. Someday it would be cool to be able to get some sponsors with this thing. I have the same goals as indieVelo. I'd like to see indoor cycling become a more professional sport, and the way to do that is to get eyes on screen. So if you can help by subscribing, that'd be really cool. And then we'll keep going around. Here's the nearest riders, plus and minus 5 riders around me when they're present. And one of the things that differentiates indieVelo from the other riding platforms like Zwift is they don't give you a watts per kilogram metric, because that doesn't matter in cycling, or in, it doesn't matter in cycling. The only thing that really matters truly is speed. So that's what they show here, and it also promotes a healthier view on weight. Watts per kilogram can be detrimental to those who want to maximize watts per kilogram by reducing their weight unhealthily. This is one thing they don't do here on indieVelo, which is appreciated. Then we have the current gradient, and then the draft meter. indieVelo has a very realistic physics all the way around, draft being one of the best. It's the most realistic drafting features in indoor cycling. And then to the left of this, you have the wind speed and the wind direction, of which there is 0 currently. And then we have virtual gearing. I usually keep it on 0. I like to stick within my bike's mechanical limits. But if and when there's, a giant hill and I don't have the gears for it, I will go down in gears virtually. And then we have the brake percentage. This is an important metric to keep an eye out. indieVelo also simulates turns, in that they force you to slow down. They force you to slam on the brakes if you're unrealistically going around a corner. Whereas in other platforms, you're able to go around a 90-degree turn at 100 kilometers an hour, which is obviously physically impossible. And then we have total calories burned. And then wind speed again. Current lap time. All of these metrics are customizable. I can select whatever details I want to show or not show. And then we go heart rate current, heart rate average, heart rate max. And then current watts averaged by 3 seconds, I think I have it set. And then average current, normalized power, normalized power, max power, current cadence, average cadence. So that's the tour around the screen. Let's hop over to 10, see what's going on over there, and we can take a look at the other parkour. No worries, Holden. I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. It's fairly self-explanatory. Oh, I forgot to mention, we also have a rear camera up here, so you can see behind me. On my setup, I have it on a monitor to my right, nice and big, so I can see it pretty clear as day. And yeah, let me know if you guys think having my face be a little smaller and not as boxy by putting a green screen behind me. Let me know. You'd be able to see the power behind me a little bit sooner, and you'd be able to see the comments. You saw there that Jeff was posting some in-game chat that's hidden behind the screen. And then also, I think up here in this general vicinity, underneath the rear cam, if you guys post a message, I think it pops up there. We're still trying to figure out the stream details, but if you guys have any comments, please let me know. If the music's too loud, those kinds of things. we're still learning. All right, let me get some more water. Gotta keep that wind out of your eyes. No, honestly, that's not the reason I do it. The reason I actually wear the glasses is because I've only been cycling for a year, but before I started wearing these, I was wearing just my normal glasses for months, and I was sweating in them so much that I actually corroded them open, so I couldn't close them anymore, and the springs didn't work anymore, so they barely stayed on my face. So we got these. These glasses have been smashed to smithereens several times in soccer, so they're being held up by duct tape. But they work perfectly for this. And we got Cat and Dad on. I'm a part of Team Dirt. It's one of the bigger, cooler teams on indieVelo and on the indoor cycling space, hosted by Jeff, who was posting those comments, and I was talking about in the last race. Stands for Dad's Inside Riding Trainers, like what I'm doing right now. So thought I'd represent, let people know that I am a dad. In fact, a dad of cats, a cat. So representing, also hiding the lack of a haircut. So we'll take the watts that'll be my excuse, is what I'm trying to say. I'll remove some watts to save some humiliation visually. Overheat. We also have it's a hot day today outside, so I turned the AC on, but we got a nice toasty 78 degrees on here with the AC set to 71. So this room in the house is definitely the hottest by far in the house, and it doesn't get AC very well. So yesterday we were doing some heat adaptation training, riding with no fan, all full shirt, sweating it out in 85 degrees, 84 degrees. So I'm trying to get heat adapted so that we can do a little bit better on these rides. I did save your child from passing something that wouldn't have been very fun to pass on the other side, that's for sure. Thanks for the admiration. Thanks for the praise. Alright. If you guys haven't checked them out, I got some fun shorts that were cracking me up on Friday. You should go check those out. I was having a good time making them on my day off of work. Make sure you subscribe for more underwhelming content. Alright, I told you we were going to look at the parkour. I didn't even remember to do that, so let's do that now. Whoops. More info. Alright, so you can see this race, again, it's really flat. You can't see it, it's behind the rear camera, but it's 30 kilometers. Ugh, 30 kilometers. It goes all the way around. You can see this little guy here going around the island. One of the cool things about this island is that right here, I think, yeah, there's a split road. So you choose, do you want to go on the high road or do you want to go on the low road, and it'll split up the peloton, and you'll lose your draft or gain your draft. It's kind of a 50-50 coin toss as to who goes where, so it's kind of a fun little tactical decision that we're gonna have to make. I like to go high road. It's less up and down, so I usually choose high road, or I just forget about making the decision altogether and I go whichever way it defaults. let's see. We have no real hopes for GC, so the indieVelo Grand Tour has GC for under 23s, I think, over 60, and then everyone in between that. So GC is general classification, so whoever gets the best completion time summed of all 6 stages will win. So just like in the professional cycling Grand Tours, GC is the cumulative time across all stages, and the fastest person wins. There's also mountain stages or mountain points, so you can win the points competition for mountain climbing, and then you can win points for sprint points. So here, this green dot signifies a points banner for sprinting. So the people across the line fastest at that sprint point, and this sprint point will get points. And they'll be allocated like this, so 50, 49, so on and so forth, all the way down to 1 point for last place, I guess. I'm assuming that's what that is. And it looks like there might not be double points at the end, so it's even points, which is nice, because I usually can't hold it super long. My endurance has gone downhill as the season has gone on, unfortunately. It's wide pen, so we're going to be racing against people of similar abilities, but wider similar abilities. And then it requires a heart rate monitor, and then accurate power and cadence. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. This course is pretty pancake flat. The only technical thing in here, I think, is that split. So I don't have any aspirations for GC. I'm not good enough for that, frankly, and my pen is too low. So pen 1 will get 100 points, 100%, and then the pens lower 2, 3, 4 will get, you know, reduced points because they're easier to get points in because it's lower. So I have no real hope for GC. I have no real hope for any of it, frankly. So we're just doing it to have fun, see how high we can get up, and see if we can kind of smash ourselves into the ground here for the next 5 days. See what we can make of it. Hopefully we'll raise some awareness about indieVelo, and next year will be even bigger. Gets bigger and bigger. I think the population here on indieVelo has more than doubled in the last couple of weeks as people migrate from outdoors back into indoors during winter. So it'll be pretty fun to see how indieVelo progresses. Hopefully videos like this will, you know, help raise awareness and bring people onto the platform. It's free, which is a great option over Zwift, which just raised their prices. So yeah, if you don't already race on indieVelo or don't even race bikes, give it a try. It's the blast. So we'll see what happens. All right, so 1 minute before we're getting allocated to our pens. Oh gosh, you can see I'm putting pen 2. So I just got promoted. I was in pen 3 last race. So this is both good news in the sense that it means I'm progressing, but bad news in the sense that I'm expected to come in 47th out of 50th. So we're not expecting much here. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I can overshoot that target, but we're just going to give it our best and see what happens. At least I'll get slightly more points because I won't get the discounted points. What I normally like to do is stick with pen. Well, it's not double points. See, I don't know what my strategy is. If you guys have a good strategy in the comments, please let me know. If you're live with me, certainly let me know. If you're watching it after the fact, let me know what I should have done. We're new to this whole cycling thing, so... Oh gosh, what the heck? We're new to this whole cycling thing. It's only been a year since I started. Been loving it, so... We have a short neutral here. The question is, do I jump at the end of the neutral? Like, it's gonna certainly happen. No, there's always a break. right at the end of a neutral. Bots go flying, humans go flying off the front. I don't think, well, I know that I won't be able to stick it to the end with that group. And honestly, I don't think I'll be able to stick it with that group even to the first sprint banner. I got bit last time I was in Pen 2 on a flat. So it's not really my power profile. Too average height, weight, power to really excel in the flats. Get some more water. What am I doing? Alright. So we're gonna hang in. We're just gonna pick up the watts a little bit, see what groups start to emerge. Kinda wanna stay nearish to the front, but not at the front, because I wanna stay out of the wind. We got a headwind, a light headwind. I wanna get that draft meter full. And I really just want to make sure I don't blow up too soon. Last time, again, on the flats in Pen 2, tried to stick with it with a teammate. Shout out to Sonny. He's a true monster. I could only stick with him for a few minutes, and then I wound up just getting a cramp. So that's what we're trying to avoid here. 30 kilometers. On a flat stage like this, probably somewhere around 45 minutes. I don't know, we'll see. 30 kilometers an hour, 40 kilometers an hour, yeah, 45 minutes. We'll see. Next to the places on the right hand side of the screen, you can see that there's the leaders group. Just like on TV when you watch the Pro Peloton. It'll show you the groups that are forming and how much time behind the leaders those groups are, as well as how big those groups are in terms of people. You can see here, I'm in the dirt kit, representing Team Dirt. This is a team race. There's also a team general classification, but it's allocated to the top 3 riders of every team. So that's not me, so I'm not racing for the team necessarily. But we're always racing for the team, right? Alright. If you got something, please let me know. Shoot out a message on the chat. We're gonna try to keep the heart rate under control, so probably start talking less and less as the race goes on. Again, let me know if the audio, Spotify, or indieVelo, bird chirps are a little too loud or too quiet. Happy to adjust those for the next stream. I'm gonna try to remind myself to drink as much water as I can. Get the hydration and the carbs. It'll take a few minutes for it to dilate, so, or, percolate through the bloodstream, so gotta get him in sooner rather than later. Thanks for joining. Happy to have you here. It's fun to be able to race with some adoring fans on the side. You kind of miss that when you're racing indoors, so streaming it makes it a little bit more fun, a little bit more interactive. I love racing with teammates, but as we're still watching the indieVelo population grow, there's not as many riders of the same ability, low ability, and same time zone, same race times. So in the background, I've been reaching out to some local clubs, see if they'd be interested in hopping onto IV and joining the team. we'll see. I'm trying to make things happen on the indieVelo platform. I think it's really cool. I think George has done an excellent job, and I want to support it. Alright, we got our boy Keon, Dirt. Just for the heck of it, let's try to stay with him. I was expecting more breakaways. This is not at all how I expected this to happen. I'd be curious if Pen 1 looks the same. So if you haven't already, or if you don't know already, Jeff, Rob, among many others, stream their Pen 1 races, and it's a blast to watch them. They're a lot better than me, a lot smarter than me. So hopefully someday we'll be up there with them. That would be a blast. Great guys. Alright. We're sitting pretty in this draft. Got a decent group behind me if you look in the review camera. But we're not in the back. We're not in the front. Kind of in the back middle. Thank you, Joris. Yeah, it's gonna be a good tour. Appreciate the well wishes. Hopefully you can check it out. Check out the streams. Keep abreast with all of the news. It's gonna be a good time. Alright. Yeah, you can see Joris's matches up there just below the rear camera. It's really small though. Apologize for that. We'll make it bigger next time. There's a lot of information I want to show you guys. And there's only so much room on a screen. I gotta tell you, I'm feeling the effects of last race. My legs feel heavy. Really heavy. We're spinning at 90 RPM. Which is pretty high. Right on, Joris. Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate it. Good luck at work. I've been trying to get my boss and some of my coworkers to join. They're cyclists. My boss has even got on the indieVelo, which is pretty sweet. Hopefully he watches this so he can hear me tell him that, you know, I think he's just scared. I think he's scared of what'll happen having his subordinate beat him up in a race. What he doesn't know is that he'll only go head to head if we're the same ability. Very fortunate to have a great team at work. Joris is probably my boss now that I think of it. Can't really see that picture. Let's start with Jay's. Have a good one, Joris. Thanks for joining. Alright. Heart's 177. You can see my power curve spiking in and out of yellow and orange. That's alright. Not where we want to be, but I can't really do any better. We're in the draft. I need to stay with this group. The tactic is hang in there. If I can hang in, I hang in. If I get dropped, I know I did my best. That's kind of the plan here. I want to keep my cadence high. I do better with a higher cadence, usually 90 to 95. You can tell I'm fatiguing when it really starts dropping. So my FTP, in theory, when I'm fresh, is 236. Says Trainer Road. AI, FTP detection. That's what we're going to use as our ballpark, but I'm not sure that's true, frankly. I think I'm at least 5-10 watts less than that, based on some over-under work that I've done. Alright, you can see the peloton is breaking up. Oh, I don't really want to fly over these guys. I want to stay in that draft. See if we can move over a little bit. I'm eating all the wind here. There we go. 2% gradient. Putting in a pretty good shift here. Are we coming up to the split? Yeah, we are. Shoot, high road. Let's do it. Hope people choose the high road. You can see on the map there that it splits in a few meters. I really want to be in the high road group. Okay, good. Whew. Kind of broke off 50-50 there, but it seemed like the front half went high and the back half went low. So I believe we just did the hill and they have the hill yet to come. So they should slow down. We should kind of just average it out. Should be right back together. I don't like this being dropped thing here though. Yeah, that split. I barely avoided that split right there. I really want to make sure I stay in it. Yeah, sweet. High road 1. Good job, high road. That little small split came back. Draft is max. We want to regain some composure here. I'm going to stop talking for a little bit. If you haven't already, if you're enjoying this, consider subscribing. It would mean a lot to me. I'm trying to hit a goal of 5 subscribers. If you think I'm putting in a good effort here, or you're just having fun, consider subscribing, please. It would mean a lot. I don't like these guys attacking from behind. The sprint banner is going to be crazy. I need to make my way up a little bit, I think. smooth and steady as fast. We don't want a power spike. Got the headwind coming. Not really sure what happened there. Why did everybody slow up? Whew. So if you're racing in the Grand Tour this season, you definitely watch the stream and maybe watch the recording. See what tactics you can implement in your time slot. This is the first time slot available, so nobody's raced before. Wow, this is horrible. Time trial 20 minutes before is no joke. I have a really hard time with lactate clearance after this Grand Tour. My streams are going to be about lactate clearance. Doing a lot of training doing that because we're not good at it at all. Let me know if you guys like the music or hate it. Let me know in the comments. We can definitely change it. It was the least annoying one that I found on Spotify for copyright-free music. So, if you have any recommendations, copyright playlists on Spotify, put them down in the comments. That live stream music will only be for the live stream and not for the recordings, at least for now. I don't know how the copyright rules work, so better safe than sorry. Not that I'm making any money on this anyways, but we like to pretend. One of the good things about indoor cycling, as it's currently defined in all the platforms, is that aerodynamics do not matter. Sit upright. I can eat all the wind when I'm drinking or just trying to catch my breath. It's one of the things I reached out to George, the creator of indieVelo, and asked about, is there a way to introduce rider aerodynamics into the professional sport? The more real world aspects we get into the sport, the more seriously it'll be taken. Aerodynamics is one of the biggest. Aerodynamics and braking. Alright. I don't know what to do with the sprint banner, honestly. I'm in 26th. Kind of inclined to just roll right through it. The points difference, depending on what this blob looks like, not going to be vastly different if it strings out at all. If it blobs up, of course, a few meters in front or back will be a lot of points different, but if it strings out, I'm not going to sprint for 1 or 2 places, I don't think. I'd rather set myself up for lap 2. I think that's the best bet. Again, we're trying to beat 45th, or 40, whatever it was. So, I don't want to waste my energy on that sprint banner. I already don't have very much of it. I gotta remember, I gotta come back tomorrow and Thursday. And then I give myself a rest day on Friday. And then we gotta come back with a huge mountain stage on Saturday. And then another relentless stage on Sunday. It's gonna come back to back like I've never done before, so really gotta stay within myself here and make it to the finish line of all the stages. Alright, a quick little dig there. Just stay with this group. I don't want to blow myself up, but I don't want to just give it away. Probably what they always say. Everybody's really ramping it up into this sprint. The back of the groups are always seemingly where the sprinters are. Yeah, look at this. Oh my gosh. That's just crazy. Should go a little bit easier here after that sprint. We want to make sure we stay in the draft though. Going 50k an hour. Oh gosh, Dirt, 15th place. Sorry, Team Dirt. So I'm hoping these riders are as tired or more tired than me, and they're just hanging in for dear life. So we gotta hope for. Because that's what I'm doing. My heart rate doesn't show what my legs feel. That's for sure. My 1 hour power record is 200 watts, and that was fresh, not after a time trial. I think we probably already have a power PB in these legs today. So keeping 2 power PBs in one day at vastly different time differences, that's hard. That's hard to do. People like Toto and Holden and Joris make it a little easier. All right. All right. Apologies for not talking. Just trying to lower my heart rate. The heart is a really cool muscle. As you breathe in, your lungs expand, and your heart actually gets smaller. And because it's smaller, its stroke volume is smaller. I mean, it has to beat faster in order to pump out the same volume of blood. So, as you inhale, your heart rate increases, and as you exhale, your heart rate decreases as your lungs deflate. So if you want to decrease your heart rate, what you do is you make sure your inhales are shorter than your exhales. So you're exhaling more often, for more time, than you're inhaling. So your heart stays bigger for longer, lowering your heart rate. Pretty cool. Andrew Huberman is one of the big proponents of this method. Yeah, if you don't know Andrew Huberman, you definitely need some good podcast listening time. Dr. Huberman podcast. My hands are clammy. Gotta really make sure I don't drop that water bottle. The sticky carbs in it all over the floor. That'd be a disaster. Absolute disaster. Alright. So it looks like we have 30 seconds on the people behind us, group 4 and 5. Although, not very many people, is it? 2 people. So, if I get dropped here, we're coming in 46th place. That would really be a bummer. That would really be a bummer. I don't remember what place I said I was coming in, but we got beat 46. That's not great. Certainly don't want to jinx it. So far, hard, but bearable. Able to catch my breath at points. Huh, that's about it. I was able to catch my breath at points. Hope we can stick it to the end. Got 8K left. It's about what? 12 minutes? So it'll be about 45 minutes. You can't check your texts from your wife when you're racing outdoors. Another perk of indoor cycling. Okay, whew. It's only a 1% gradient here, but I felt it. My legs felt that. We're coming up to the split here shortly. I'm gonna see if I can make my way to the right hand side of this bunch. indieVelo does not allow collisions, so I'm gonna have to find an opening. So you can see the arrow in the top middle pointing to the right. I just told my avatar, hey, when you can, slide over to the right. That's because we have a, well, not anymore, but we had a wind coming from the left shoulder, so I didn't want that, but I guess now I do. It's tailwind. That's fine. I can't get over anyways. Whew. My knees are definitely feeling fatigued right now. That's not good. We haven't cramped, which is good, but knee pain, knee fatigue is not desirable at all. I've been trying to spread it out. I've been doing push-pull on the pedal stroke. I don't do that very often. Therefore, it's probably not a good idea to do it in the middle of a race for the first time in a while, so we're gonna try to stop doing that. We're gonna try to just go back to more pushing. Be more fatiguing on the same muscle, but I really don't want to get injured. We'll train for that outside of racing. Why are we speeding up? Ugh, I don't like that. We're gonna go high road again. So I'm choosing right again, because right's gonna be the high road. Hopefully it defaults to the right. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, my knees are feeling it. I don't like that at all. We're gonna have to ice my knees right after we're done here with the stream. Health definitely comes over stream. Believe it or not. Maybe if I had 1 million subscribers, it'd be worth it. Hey, welcome to the stream. Just came just in time. You hear me talking about how if we had 1 million followers, subscribers, might just be worth it to push through the knee pain. Let me know what you think in the chat. Alright, we want to stick with this group. Just like last time, the bottom went away, but the top side, the high road, reeled them right back in. Hope we can do that again. Looks like they might have a bigger gap this time though. And those Delta and Liberty riders behind me are the butt of the race. So we're really on the edge here. So it looks like the low road did do a little bit better than last time, but it looks like we still came in the lead, which is great. Just broke up the field. That's fantastic. Now if I can stick with this group, hopefully we can keep that group behind us, and the worst I can come in is 35th. That's the hope. Oh, nope. Look at the review mirror. Here they are. They caught right back up. But they had to put in a dig where we did not. Where I did not, specifically. Alright, these last 4K are gonna really pick up the tempo. We're gonna have to dig hard. Talking's probably gonna stop. So enjoy the rest of the race. Let me know what you think in the chat. Let me know what you think in the comments. Am I gonna stick with the end of this group? Am I gonna get dropped? Am I gonna dominate them on the sprint? Let me know. or subscribe. If you like this, subscribe. Oh no! Attacked right into the brake. If you like this move, subscribe for all the marbles. We're going long distance. Digging deep. 500 meters. Braking turn. Ay, ay, ay. No! Come on, all the way deep. Come on. Yes. Oh. 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 I couldn't pull out the victory in front of that group. Ay, ay, ay. I should have just kept going. You can see that dip there, right here, underneath Ice Mountain. I tried to catch a rest and just beat that group in the sprint. I wasn't expecting the group behind me to catch up. Dang. It was a fun effort though. If you liked it, please subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow with whatever energy I have left. Thank you for joining. We'll sit around here for a few minutes just because once all of the racers complete their ride, we'll get the official results. That was a good effort. That was a fun one. I am disappointed though with that finish. Let me know what you guys think I should have done. Should I have thrown it all out there and not side up with that group? And the possibility, highly likely possibility that I would have blown up before the sprint? Or, and I did kind of blow up at the sprint, but you know what I mean. Or was it a good idea to sit in that group and just expect / hope that the group behind me was not gonna catch up? Let me know what you think in the comments. I think I flubbed it. I think I had to keep going. So 16th out of 17th for the team. Oh man. So I don't understand that one. Hopefully someone in the IV community can let me know what this means. I beat my predicted finish by a good 10 plus riders. How did I go down in points? I don't know. But that's alright. That's a-okay. Alright, let's go to menu here. Let's see. 33 watt average. Pretty poor max power. TSS of 80. Spent most of my time in yellow. Even waiting on green and orange. High cadence the whole time. Fairly high heart rate the whole time. See that I beat my 2-minute power. And I beat my 40-minute power. I also beat my, well, almost beat my 3-minute power. So this is pretty good. These are pretty good results, especially following a TT. So if I didn't have that TT, obviously I would have had more power. You can see that there's a lot of watts left on the table for my sprinting. That happens when you're just trying to keep up for the most of the race. FTP, you can see that I think this intervals is a lot more accurate. I think indieVelo is a lot more accurate with my FTP than Trainer Road, but Trainer Road's kind of the go-to. So we'll stick with that, and it sounds better. Alright. Well, we'll go ahead and end ride here. See my power PBs here. Bunch of 30 days in orange. Got some best evers, 3 best evers. So that's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. That means we're making progress. That's the name of the game here, so. Alright. Well, thanks for joining the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. You guys appreciated the race again. If you'd be willing to subscribe, that'd be fantastic, or like the video. And I will catch you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.